Get your books out and read. Things not to say to a cop. These are the 20 things not to say to a cop when he pulls you over. Starting with number 20 and going to 1. All right, I can't reach my license unless you hold my beer. Sorry, officer, I didn't realize my radar detector wasn't plugged in. Aren't you the guy from the Village People? Hey, you must have been doing 125 to keep up with me. I thought you had to be in relatively good physical shape to be a police officer. I was going to be a cop, but I decided to finish high school instead. Bad cop, no donut. You're not going to check the trunk, are you? Gee, that gut sure doesn't inspire confidence. Didn't I see you get your butt kicked on cops? Is it true that people become cops because they're too dumb to work at McDonald's? I pay your salary. So, you on the take or what? Gee, officer, that's terrific. The last officer only gave me a warning. Do you know why you pulled me over? Okay, so just one of us does. I was trying to keep up with traffic. Yes, I know there's no other cars around. That's how far ahead of me they are. What do you mean have I been drinking? You're the trained specialist. Well, when I reached down to pick up my bag of crack, my gun fell off my lap and got lodged between the brake and the gas pedal, forcing me to speed out of control. Hey, is that a 9mm? That's nothing compared to my .44 Magnum. And hey, can you give me another one of those full cavity searches? Today we have doctor jokes.
Doctors?
Okay, you need some help. Actually, you probably need a doctor. Doctor, please hurry. My son swallowed a razor blade. Don't panic, I'm coming immediately. Have you done anything yet? Yes, I shaved with an electric razor. Let's be quiet, please. This is not free time, this is my time. Actually, when that bell rings to start class, it's my time until the bell rings and I dismiss you.
Yeah, aren't you the teacher?
Quiet!
Okay, come on, I want to hear these jokes. I want to laugh.
Doctor, you've got to help me. I just can't stop my hands shaking. You drink a lot. Not really, I spill most of it. Be very, very careful, Mr. McDonald. Because if you're going to start being a jerk in my class, you're going to start coming in after school a lot. Doctor, I will be able to play the violin after the operation. Yes, of course. Great, I never could before. A man speaks frantically into a phone. My wife is pregnant and her contractions are 2 minutes apart. Is this her first child, the doctor asks. No, you idiot, the man shouts. This is her husband.
Oh, hey, God.
A doctor and his wife are having a big argument at breakfast. You aren't so good in bed either, he shouted and stormed off to work. By mid-morning, he decided he'd better make amends and phoned home. After making up on the phone, he said, "What took you so long to answer?" "I was in bed." "What were you doing in bed this late?" Getting a second opinion.
Oh.
"Doctor, I have some bad news and some very bad news." Patient, "Well, might as well give me the bad news first." "Well, the lab called with your test results. They said you have 24 hours to live." 24 hours, that's terrible. What could be worse? What's the very bad news? "I've been trying to reach you since yesterday." The man goes to his doctor for a complete checkup. He hasn't been feeling well and seems ill. After the checkup, the doctor comes out with the results of the examination. "I'm afraid I have some bad news. You're dying and you don't have much time." "Oh no, that's terrible. How long have I got?" the man asked. 10, says the doctor. 10 what? Months, weeks, what? He says 10, 9, 8, 7. "Doctor, I've got very bad news. You've got cancer and Alzheimer's." Patient, "Well, at least I don't have cancer." A man walks into the doctor's office. He has a cucumber up his nose, a carrot in his left ear, and a banana in his right ear. "What's the matter with me?" asked the doctor. The doctor says, "You're not eating properly." A young woman, probably a blonde, went to her doctor's complaining of pain. "Where are you hurting?" asked the doctor. "You have to help me. I hurt all over," said the woman. "What do you mean all over?" asked the doctor. "Be a little more specific." The woman touches her right knee with her index finger and yells, "Oh, that hurts." Then she touches her left cheek and again yells, "Oh, that hurts." Then she touches her right elbow and she yells, "Oh, that hurts." The doctor checks her thoroughly for a moment and tells her his diagnosis. "You have a broken finger." A man went to see his doctor because he was suffering from a miserable cold. He took his pills, but they didn't help. Quiet! Do I speak Russian, Swahili, Arabic? What is it that I speak there? You don't understand! I think I've said many, many times since you've been in my class this semester, when I'm talking and I'm reading, you're not.
This is such a good recording.
So why is it some people have such thick heads that they can't understand it when I've already said it about 500 times, at least?
Sorry.
A sign of intelligence is how fast you learn things. Duh.
I said sorry.
A man went to see his doctor because he was suffering from a miserable cold. He took his pills, but they didn't help. On his next visit, the doctor gave him a shot, but that didn't do any good. On his third visit, the doctor told the man, go home, take a hot bath. As soon as you're done, throw open all the windows and stand in the draft. But doc, protested the patient, if I do that, I'll get pneumonia. I know, said the doctor, but I can cure pneumonia. A short history on medicine. Doctor, I have an earache. In the year 2000 BC, the doctor would have said, here, eat this root. In 1000 BC, the doctor would have said, that root is heathen, say this prayer. In 1850, the doctor would have said, that prayer is superstition, drink this potion. In 1940, the doctor would have said, that potion is snake oil, swallow this pill. In 1985, the doctor would have said, the pill is ineffective, take this antibiotic. And in the year 2000, the doctor would have said, that antibiotic is artificial, here, eat this root. There's a lot of truth to that. Now, we see, we didn't have a homework assignment. So, note sheets out. Why do cannibals leave the table? I'm sorry, when do cannibals leave the table? When everyone's eating. What is the cannibal's favorite type of show? Celebrity roast. What did the cannibal get when he was late for dinner? Cold shoulder. What is the cannibal's favorite game? Swallow the leader. Did you hear about the cannibal who loved fast food? He ordered a pizza with everybody on it. Did you hear about the cannibal who was expelled from school for buttering up his teacher? Two cannibals are sitting by the fire. The first says, gee, I hate my mother-in-law. The second says, well, I'll just eat the potatoes. A man gets captured by cannibals, and every day they poke him with spears and use his blood to wash down their food. Finally, the guy calls the chief over. He says, you can kill me or you can eat me, but I'm tired of getting stuck for drinks. And two cannibals are eating a clown. One says to the other, does this taste funny to you? Pass up your homework. Put your name up in the upper right-hand corner. Do that now. Put it in the upper right-hand corner. You don't put it there, I'm marking 10 points off. Upper right-hand corner. Now, you'll notice you've got 5 circles on the front, 5 circles on the back. Each one's already labeled for you. So in other words, the number 1, where it says cork, you put the, when you're looking at the slide for cork, that's where you draw your little diagram. It's in the circle for cork. Okay, it's already labeled. You'll notice you got 10 things to look at. When we go into the lab, on the table that's in the lab, there's going to be 10 pieces of paper labeled with slides on them. Okay? Number 1 will be the cell cork, 2 will be the leaf epidermis, 3 the daphnia, and so on. So when you take a slide, quiet. Alright. To steal ideas from one person is plagiarism. To steal from many is research. If God is watching us, the least we can do is be entertaining. If 4 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea, does that mean that 1 enjoys it? If you think nobody cares if you're alive, try missing a couple of payments. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. You should remember that one. How is it one careless match can start a forest fire, but it takes a whole box to start a campfire? A bus station is where a bus stops. A train station is where a train stops. On my desk, I have a workstation. Some people are like slinkies, not really good for anything, but you can't help smiling when you see one tumble down the stairs. Quiet. Do you know that dolphins are so smart that within a few weeks of captivity, they can train people to stand on the very edge of the pool and throw them fish? A bank is a place that will lend you money if you can prove that you don't need it. I thought I wanted a career. Turns out I just wanted paychecks. Never, under any circumstances, take a sleeping pill and a laxative on the same night.
That's just bad. Glovacs, like, I learned that one from experience.
Whenever I fill out an application, in the part that says, if in emergency, notify, I put doctor. What's my mother going to do? I didn't fight my way to the top of the food chain to be a vegetarian. A computer once beat me at chess, but it was no match for me at kickboxing. I didn't say it was your fault, I said I was blaming you. I saw a woman wearing a sweatshirt with gas on it, so I said, implants?
Oh.
God.
The shin bone is a device for finding furniture in a dark room.
Definitely true.
There's another one some of you should remember. Do not argue with an idiot. He will drag you down to his level and beat you with experience.
I should stop arguing with you. Ooh.
I asked God for a bike, but I know God doesn't work that way, so I stole the bike and asked for forgiveness.
There you go.
Going to church doesn't make you a Christian any more than standing in your garage makes you a car. We live in a society where pizza gets to your house before the police.
Oh, heck.
The last thing I want to do is hurt you, but it's still on the list.
Ooh.
The last thing I want to do is hurt you, but it's still on the list. Light travels faster than sound. This is why some people appear bright until they speak. I'm not going to name any names in here, but if I agreed with you, we'd both be wrong. We never really grow up. We only learn how to act in public. War does not determine who is right, only who is left. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. Children, you spend the first 2 years of their life teaching them to walk and talk. Then you spend the next 16 years telling them to sit down and shut up. Politicians and diapers have one thing in common. They should both be changed regularly and for the same reason. They're full of shit.
Because they're full of shit.
My mother never saw the irony in calling me a son of a bitch.
Oh.
So yeah, your mother puts herself down when she calls you a son of a bitch. The early bird might get the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. Even news is where they begin. The evening news is where they begin with good evening, then proceed to tell you why it isn't.
So there you go, straight.